And let's check out the insurance hive. It's not it's actually picked up a little bit of a breeze out here, and I'm sure you guys are getting noticed. But I got some bees getting drug out, some old bees, but there are a bunch of bees checking it out right now. And it is, hey, I just talked to you, but look at the bees, man. The bees are going crazy checking this box out. Hey, Tim. So I'll be surprised if I don't catch a swarm here with that lure in here. They are checking it out pretty good. They're even, looks like, cleaning some dead bees out. But they are definitely measuring it out, checking it, right? There's nothing in there but old comb and my lure. It is now. It was a dead out, and I just took the dead out and turned it from a dead out into a swarm trap. The bullet vial back there, and then I baited it. Here's a little girl, look, come up right by it, measuring it out, walking the whole thing. Walking the whole thing. They're interested in this box now. Does it mean I'll catch one there? No, doesn't mean it. But it gives it a good chance. Give it the old college try. Look at, I mean, there's, let me get these old dead ones out of here. But they are inspecting, guys. I don't know where they're coming from, but they're going in and out. It's not coincidence. See, both sides, they'll go walk around all the frames, all the sides. They're measuring it out to make sure they can fit and hopefully catch something. That's a carny right there. See the black butt on her? Carniolan trait. And then they'll come out and they'll do their little orientation. See, they're orienting right in the colony. And they're working it. Yep, they're measuring it up for sure. And this is a dead out, and I didn't do anything to it but put that bullet in it and then spray a couple sprays on the inside, a couple on the entrance board. Yeah, it was 78 degrees today, guys. So I started, I don't know if you could tell, I started raking up some of the leaves. That's wood chips down, but I got to clean the rest of this up. And these girls are going. Now, I did have another dead out, guys. But you remember I put this box on the top of this colony, and it's pretty strong. So I moved up some old brood comb that came out of that box. And then, and you see they're orienting to this box. And I filled it up with, I basically made a queen walk-away split, but I made it pretty strong. So they are orienting to that box. And that's a good thing. So there's enough bees to keep the brood warm. I think put 3 frames in there, a brood and 2 shakes of bees, and then they got food and pollen and everything. So the queen cell should be good to go. But yeah, they're working it and checking the box out. So I'm excited about it. I did have a nice, there will be a new store near you. I just got a PO number for Texas Bee Supply. Texas Bee Supply will be carrying my swarm lure. And then I talked to Dancing Bee in Canada, and they're within the next 2 weeks, he said they'll be placing an order. So good deal. Those things are going in the right direction. And then we'll just see, guys. We're I don't know. See, that's the thing. That's why I call it an insurance colony, right? So if they are from my yard and there's one of these that are about to swarm that maybe I don't catch, right? And I'm at work, well, okay, so they naturally split themselves. And if they do pick a box in my yard, well, they just split. And when I'm there, you don't see as much, but there's like 3 or 4 bees trying to go in there right now. See, 1, 2, 3. You can't deny that, guys. Cannot deny they are checking that box out. Doesn't mean they're gonna move in. So here's another prime example. This is just old comb. You don't see no bees checking that one out. That has no lure in it. This one I baited up. They're checking it. Doesn't mean I'll catch one. There's like 5 bees at the entrance right now, walking around on the inside. See them walking? That's measuring. They're measuring it. Measuring the opening, measuring the inside. So, see, she's just walking. Let's check out up. Dimensions. It's the engineer bees, right? They got their little measuring tapes out. Checking it out. So I'm excited. If they move in there, great. Maybe it's a wild colony. Maybe it's a swarm I lost in the past. You know, don't know. But and you know, if one moves in here, maybe it's one of them ginormous early ones. But I mean, they're not moving. I mean, they're not going everywhere, but they are checking this one out pretty good. And that's just the ones I see right now, right? When I come up close, they kind of bothers them a little bit, so I'll just leave it alone. If they split themselves, that's awesome. And I'm just excited about that, you know. But you can see I've been raking down here, trying to get it a little bit cleaned up. And you know, try to be presentable, that if I sell nukes and people come out, at least it doesn't look like a junkyard bee yard. It, you know what I mean? Might be a junkyard bee yard, but we just don't want it to look like a junkyard bee yard. And but look at them. Oh, let me see if I can zoom in from right here. You'll be able to see it better. But yeah, they're checking it out. I mean, to give you an example, well, that I don't think it has any frames in those anymore, so I can't really give you that example. But oh yeah, that's the thing. But the fact that they're checking it out, that's the whole thing about the swarm lure, right? Swarm lure only helps them find it. Whether they move in or not, there's all kinds of factors, right? You guys catching swarms know that. All kinds of things can discourage them from getting in there. But, you know, the fact that it's getting pretty good traffic, and I just did this a little while ago. I did a video and a live stream, and it'll get more and more. You can tell if it's, you can really tell if it's something they like, because it'll get it'll start ramping up. You'll see one or two, and then there'll be more and more that come to it because they're in their orienting. You see the figure 8 there, but they'll go back to the cluster, and then all of a sudden you'll get more and more scouts coming to check it out. I just had a girl land on my hand, and she's walking up my thumb that I'm holding my phone with, and then next thing you know, you're here one day and you got bees flying in and out of it. So if it is one of mine, great. That's what it's here for, to make sure that I don't lose one of my own swarms while I'm trying to do new stuff, right? Like, let me see if I can back us back up, sorry. Like those double screen boards. First time I've used it, so I don't know. They might be thinking about swarming in the bottoms. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't been down in the bottom of that one to see what's going on. And there's just more and more bees. They just fly in, walk around, come out. And it's getting that time. You see they're doing the same thing, right? You know what? Hold on a second. We're going to do something. We're going to do the Blue's Clues method of beekeeping. And if you've ever seen the kids show Blue's Clues, we're going to sit down in our thinking chair and think. All right, that's all you get of that. That's all. Shows you the father in me, right? And let's just sit down and take a peek. And we'll just watch this together. I know it's not the most exciting video, but the just the fact that they're checking it out pretty good. So as compared to earlier where there's one or two, now you'll see 5 or 6 in there at a time walking. They all come out and check the entranceway. See the little orientation flight? Go back in, come out, do a bigger orientation flight. See them doing the little figure 8, and then boom, they take back off and go get more bees. And then if you've watched the video Honeybee Democracy, you'll make more sense of how they come to consensus. So you can see them walking around. Well, I can see them. You may not be able to see them, but every once in a while you'll see a bee come out to the entrance, but they just keep walking, right? They're walking around. See, just came out and went right back in, measuring it out. Then they'll do the little orientation flights. Boom, take off to the cluster. Then more will come back. So who knows, if we have good weather tomorrow, there's a chance that we might catch something in here. It could be a wild colony. I don't know. You know, I've lost swarms here last year, the year before. They might have a colony out there where they're just trying to now they filled that box up, and now they're looking to check it out. But there's no denying what they're doing. It's got 9 frames in there, 9 old combs and a feeder. But they just land, one went out, then the other ones go in. So there's it's pretty good. Orientate to where it's at, boom, back to the colony. So that's what I call an insurance colony. If you got a dead out or something, bait it up as a swarm trap, because you don't know if you're at work or something and can't get back. At least you got a chance to catch it in your own yard. Doesn't mean you will, but every way you can increase your odds is better, in my opinion. See, one trying to, thinking about it. Let's check it out. Boom. She'll, yep, land and walk in. So I think right now this one has a pretty good chance. Walk right in. Come out. So this is the fun stuff, right? I got plenty of bees down there flying and stuff, but this is interesting. A swarm target. Let me decline. That's my daughter. I'm about to call her back in a minute, but that's pretty amazing. I know it doesn't seem like that exciting, but hopefully if you had a dead out, when it starts warming up, you do this. Large Russian scion. That might be interesting. Just checking it out. Oh, that's awesome. They were out flying today, taking a poop, a healthy poop. So this has the spray and the bullet in it. So I used the bullet in the back, right? Slow release, and then the oh no, this is just a impromptu. I made a bait hive with my swarm lure. And you see the scouts going in and checking it out. So hopefully, I don't know what that bee's doing. It's an old bee. See that old black bee on the front? And it's kind of breezy. So that's kind of probably helping carry the scent. How cool would it be if I was just sitting here and the swarm decided to move in? That'd be pretty awesome while we're sitting here. I don't think that's the case, but that would be cool. Look at that, walking around her. Oh, just tackled her off the front. That was weird. I've also seen where bees will come and actually clean the colony up before the real swarm comes in, right? They come in, and I did see those 2 deads on the front. I wonder if that's what's going on. But I doubt you, I mean, you can't really... Yes, sir. Swarm rustler for the win right now. I only did this afternoon. Since I came home. After I talked to you, Mark, earlier. This was after that. So, I'm feeling pretty good about this colony right now. Maybe we get one. And there's absolutely no colony in there. It's been dead out for, I don't know, a couple weeks at least. And see that one up there? Also checking out, make sure that it's what it's like. But they are definitely checking it out and then orienting to the box so they can report back the location. Like that one right there. I've actually seen, I don't know if you've ever burnt your colonies. Let's see if I can give you a good example on this. But you see how this has brown lines where it was scorched, right? They will actually when they come out and orient, they will actually go back and forth, almost like they're reading that grain, the burnt grain, and seeing the different designs on them to help them identify the colony. But I don't think you can deny they're checking it out, though. So the lure works, guys. And Jeff Horchoff's video drops tomorrow morning. So I thought when he said he was going to have the actual bees in the box that he caught, but he said he didn't get that footage. So he shows basically this with them checking it out. And then he just told everybody that he did catch swarm with it. And it is getting later here, so I imagine it'll start slowing down as far as bees checking this box out. Although those bees are down there still bringing in pollen this right now. These bees here are just checking it out. See I missed it. I'm too close for it. Let's see if I can zoom out. Nope, wrong way. But you can see them do the orientation. Yeah, they will. They'll fly out, and they actually, it's almost like they're reading the grain. So that's good, man. I think I'm hopeful about this. I don't know, you know, the best time would be there's a few of them going in and out. But all we were trying to do is get them attracted to it to check it out, right? Whether or not they use it or not, that's a whole different thing. But be nice to catch a nice huge swarm right in there. That'd be awesome. As long as it's not one of my other colonies. But even if it is one of the other colonies, they'll leave a queen cell behind, right? Or a queen. There you go, right in. Start walking around, checking it out. And there's definitely picking up the pace over here. So this really would not surprise me if it did catch a swarm. May not be today. Oh yeah. Well, you see that double screen bottom board right there, the white board? That one made cells, and that one over there had made cells, but I split them out. So there's drones. I have some drones. Not a lot, but I've got some. And then I actually made a split. So doing two things, trying to do a couple things at one time. But it wouldn't hurt my feelings if I had one move in here, especially if it was a feral colony. And then I would just treat them up. But looks like it's slowing down over here. But yeah, this was just baited a little while ago. Orienting, boom, off, right? So this beat just flew in. So yeah, they're doing what they got to do. I find it fascinating, though. I could sit here for hours, which I won't bore you guys with hours. So you're right back in, off, back in. Orientate. Orientation. See them coming out, and then they do the little zigzag. Orient. Boom. Off. You notice they all come back. They go in, and then they come right back out, and then right back in. You see her walking around. She'll walk the whole box off, and then they'll come flying out. Like, that's a carny right there. See how black she is on the bottom? She's predominantly black with gold stripes instead of gold with black stripes. Hey, Brian. I just baited up an insurance colony earlier today, and the girls are checking it out. Hey, I got a 5 bullet pack on the website, Mike. The good thing about the bullet is you can refill them with the lure, right? When it dehydrates. Oh, nice. I saw a huge solar farm over here yesterday. Orienting, boom, gone. I think we got a good chance to catch one here, guys. Right here on the end of my hive stand. Sorry, stupid, oh, it sucked. Well, I mean, I sold something, so it didn't suck that bad, but, it did work out, but this right here, I mean, I'm not imagining things, right? They are checking this thing out. And it seems like there's getting more and more. So once they come to that consensus, boom, swarm moves in if they like it. Hey, Dennis. Sorry about the background noise. So look at that, guys. They're just coming in, measuring it up, and then flying back out. Orienting to the box so they can tell the cluster, hey, this is where we need to go. So that's what we're looking at there. And not for nothing, it does have a lot of propolis in it too. I'll show you this, oh, sorry. Didn't mean to flip it around like that. But like this vent doesn't have any propolis on it, but if you go around them, there's lots of props on some of these vents. So it definitely has bee scent, you know, bee scent, lure scent, old comb. Should be a good home if they decide. I just wish I knew where they were coming from. Well, hey, not for nothing. There's some flying way up there. So maybe it's they are flying up high. Let's see. See if I can catch where they're flying from when they fly off. Well, that one is crazy. Gotta find. There's one just flew up out of it, and it's going up, 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 up that way, way up. Now it's coming back down. Where's it going? Now it's back over here. And now I landed on that bucket over there. You big dummy. That don't work. Let's see. It's hard to see him from back here against the light. There's one. Going. Looks like they were flying off that way somewhere. Oh, I'm sure. I'm just trying to see. I can't see it from there. I gotta be sitting down to see where they're flying to. Back that way. So who knows? I don't know. And it's getting dark, so probably about done. Oh, there's one coming out. Going back in. There you go. Out. Back in. No, too far from Sam. Orient. Orient. Where you going, lady? I can't tell where they're going now. I just need to sit here. I can't tell where they're flying to. Can't tell, guys. They're flying too fast and it's too dark and my eyes are too old. Look at that. They're fighting. That's mark them with flour. Funny, they're flying all around the box. They come back to the entrance. So it's like they're measuring the outside and the inside. Yep, no denying. If they swarm early and swarm to the box would be great. Except, so anyway, that's what we got right now. Can't tell, it might be this colony behind me. They're definitely orienting to the box. Whoop, sorry guys. Forget I got it too zoomed in. Well, that's what we got, guys. I mean, I don't want to bore you anymore, but they are checking the box out going in and out. So hopefully wherever they go, wherever they're coming from, they I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be around the same temperature as today. But you know what? I got my other phone here, my work phone. I can check while we're sitting here. Sorry. Try to do two things at once. It'll probably get cold tonight. Tomorrow's Friday, right? So, well, not cold. During the day, it's going to be 66, but it's going to be a chance of rain. So, it's supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday at some point. And then Monday, it's supposed to be 66 here tomorrow, and then high of 50 over the weekend, and then 63 on Monday. So I think if they do swarm, it's usually right after a rain. So if they don't swarm like tomorrow, then probably Monday-ish. But I don't think there's any denying. They're being checked. The box is being checked out. So 45 tomorrow. That's what my weather app is saying. So, you know, weather app is saying. So, you know, weathermen aren't very good. But Monday and Tuesday it's supposed to be in the 60s, but Tuesday it's supposed to be in the 60s, but low chance of rain. And then back by next Wednesday it'll be 70 degrees again. So they're definitely checking it out. And it might be a couple different ones because I've seen a couple scuffles on the front. So definitely, guys, if you don't have one of these set up and you're getting close to spring, or if it's starting to get warm, I would definitely recommend setting up, even if it's not a deep like this one is, setting up I call it an insurance hive, right? So if you're gone away from your apiary that, you know, they've got a box with some old comb in it that baited up like a swarm trap. That way, if you get a swarm on one of these other colonies that you can't, you're not home when it happens, that there's a chance, you give yourself a fighting chance to catch it in a box before you got to catch them out of the tree or something. Or don't catch them at all, for that matter. And just give yourself a little bit of extra chance there. But I know it's not that exciting to watch the bees just orient to the box, but gives you a chance. Gives you a chance, and everybody's kind of starting to wind up for the evening, come home. These girls over here are still pulling pollen down. They're trying to make every ounce of daylight count over here. So yeah, they're working it. All of them. That one over there. Oh yeah, I've had them swarm out of the box. They like that dead tree right there, they'll land on that one, but they really like this one, and they like way up there. So it doesn't do me much good. Last year I had one way up there in that tree. Can't get anything out of that one. So trying to be a little bit intentional with what's going on, and try to, you know, try to catch them if we can. And I just had a bee fly on my hand. Let's go check the feeder out real quick, and then we'll end this one and do a live in a few hours. A real live, at the desk live. So, whoa, I just had one buzz right. Yeah, they're hitting the feed, so there's not much nectar out here. So they're hitting that apis with the sugar water in it. So they're definitely trying to brood up. So that's pretty good. But anyway, guys, join us tonight. At least join me if you want to. Probably around 8 o'clock Eastern. And you know, get your dinner, get yourself relaxed, spend some time with the family, and then meet us back on YouTube. All right, guys, we'll talk to you in a bit. Thanks.